They are jealous of your success because you're the underdog and you're not supposed to win. People always underestimate you and you always win. And they don't understand how, they don't understand why. Jealous people tend to think because you don't fit the aesthetic of what a successful woman looks like, of what a successful woman sounds like. You don't live in the right area code. You don't have the influences around you that they might have, and yet you are superseding them in many areas. You are not in competition with them, but they are in competition with you. You can tell that, and you can tell that from a jealous person by the way they speak to you. When people are jealous of you, they always want to supersede the things that you say. You could tell them you're doing something, and lo and behold, they're doing that same thing times 10. Whether or not it's true or not, they're doing the same thing, or they have done the same thing. Jealous people like to downplay your progress, and it's simply because you're out progressing them. Jealous people and that one-upmanship that they do, it's very subtle, but it's always in plain sight because they can never let you have your moment. People who are jealous and envious and they expected you to lose in life because they underestimated you, any sign of progress, any sign of influence, when you start making a real impact in the lives of other people, that's when you will see jealousy and envy from your haters come to life. You see, a lot of people think jealousy and envy really is all about how you look and the aesthetics, and that's a very shallow way to look at jealousy. Yeah, those kind of things might matter when you are in high school, jealous of the pretty girl, the girl with the long hair, the girl with the lighter skin, whatever it might be. But when you become a grown woman, it gets deeper than that. It's more so about the attraction that other people have towards you. The more positivity that you can put out into the world, the more you will be hated on by jealous people. Jealous people a lot of times are very narcissistic and self-serving. They only care about how things impact them, and they want everything to be about them. But if you are a woman who is beautiful inside and out, and beauty is subjective, I don't care about the beauty standard, it's subjective. What someone might look at as not beautiful, somebody else will look at as stunning. Jealousy is deeper than that. Let's get that through our minds. Jealousy is deeper than looks and aesthetics. And this time, everybody's looking at aesthetics as if it is real. That is a curated life, and nobody's life is completely curated all of the time. If you're not on social media, you're not living a curated life. But I digress. People who never expected for the underdog to win, they underestimated you because you didn't live where they live, because you didn't have the opportunities that they had, and yet you still succeeded. Anytime you impart wisdom, anytime you impart positivity, anytime you do things to help other people, you are going to gain influence and be blessed in some way, whether it be financially, whether it be time freedom, whether it be abundant relationships, whether it be people who are around you who love you and want to be there for you. You will always succeed in some way. And jealous people hate that because once again, they think they should succeed and they think they're better than you simply because of how they look and because it's them, that entitlement spirit. But jealous people, because of their narcissistic personalities a lot of times and their overly selfish ways of being, people are repelled by them. People don't want to be bothered with them. People don't like them. People don't want to be around someone who thinks that everything is about them. And I'm not saying being selfish as in taking care of your well-being. I'm talking about the jealous, narcissistic, toxic people who do not like the influence, the positive influence that other women particularly have over others. When you are a woman who is well liked by other people, you help other people, you influence and leave people better than you found them, A jealous hater, a jealous woman, will not like that influence. She will look at you as if you are not deserving of the admiration of other people. And what they don't understand is that when you have favor by God, when you are chosen, when you have a gift, when you have a skill, when you have a talent, and you're utilizing it for good, you can't help but be influential to other people. But the hater, the jealous person, the envious person, they exhaust all of their energy hating on you, opposed to doing the things that you're doing. You see, jealous people are really just confused admirers. They are your secret admirers, sometimes not so secret because they're very blatant with the way they can't stand you, the way they're jealous and envious of you. They monitor you from afar and they watch every little thing you do, and yet they say nothing at all because they are jealous. And they would have to admit that somebody that they thought were beneath them is actually succeeding in life. You have a lot of jealous people who are like that. They look at the underdog and automatically assume that because you might not have had the opportunities that they had, maybe because you are a woman who, you went through a lot of things, you didn't have a lot of money, you didn't have a really strong support system, and they were used to pitying you. They were used to looking at you as if, well, that's just little old her, she's happy for the crumbs. But what they didn't see is that in the background, you've always been working on bettering yourself. See, that's the one thing that jealous people don't understand. When a woman starts succeeding, especially other women who are jealous and they have that entitlement, narcissistic kind of personality, they don't understand that the women who are least expected to succeed are often the ones whose names they will never forget. They are often the ones who will be used in the world for greater purposes. The underdog is usually the one who is quiet, not saying that you have to be an introvert in order to be successful, but jealous people tend to hate on those people who seemingly look like they're not accomplishing anything on paper, but in the background, they are accomplishing everything. These are the women who secretly get their degrees, start up their LLCs, open their small businesses, have their babies, marry up. Those are the women who quietly succeed. They do all the things that people would never expect them to do. And then when they come out in public, they don't even recognize who you are. Because of instead of doing what the hater was doing, as in minding the business of everybody else, because that's what jealous people do, they don't focus on themselves the way they should. They focus on the downfall of other people. They're always trying to figure out how they can manipulate circumstances to get you off your game. But when you are a wise woman, a confident woman, and you see people for what they are and who they are, you understand what they're trying to do and you back away from them. See, jealous people, especially jealous people that you happen to be in close proximity to, those people that look down on you because you don't carry yourself in that arrogant, prideful, cocky way, and yet you have every right to if you wanted to because you're succeeding, they definitely don't like you. If you are a woman who is succeeding at relationships, at life, you have money, you have wealth, you have influence, they do not like you, and you don't flaunt it, they will not like you. And that's okay. When I say things like, and they don't like you, that is not an endorsement for you to say, well, what do I need to do? Why don't they like me? Nobody cares. We don't care. We don't care about haters. I want you to understand this because I think in some of my messaging, and I apologize, I want you to understand the overall message when it comes to jealous people and envious people and haters. We do not care about them. And we do not tailor our actions and our behaviors to suit them. We don't give a flying fig tree what they care about, what we're doing. We don't care. But I tell you these things so that you're aware of the attributes and behaviors of a hater so you can protect yourself. But what they don't understand, once again, the underdog always wins. And it's not to say that you have to be a woman that was struggling. You could have had everything handed to you, but you still knew how to utilize the resources that were inherited. See, some women, because they're not resourceful and they squander away, they're like the foolish woman pulling down her house. The foolish woman spoke it up in Proverbs 14. They're pulling down their house instead of building it up. The woman who takes what's given to her, the resources from God, from people, from her man, from her family, she builds on that. When you are a resourceful woman, you might not have or had much of anything, but you took what you had and you made something beautiful of it, and now you're succeeding. A hater who never expected you to win will not like that, and they will not understand. And it's not your job to go around trying to get people to understand your vision and what you want to accomplish or how you accomplish what you accomplish. Let them think whatever they want to think. Haters always assume the worst anyway. Let them assume what they want to assume about you. See, when you are underestimated, that is your time to shine the most. And you're not doing it to show somebody, look at what I can do per se. But I don't know about you. When I'm highly aggravated or something tries to irritate me, that's when I get more motivated. It's as if, have you ever been like in an argument with your husband and, instead of arguing, you just clean out your entire closet, you clean your entire house, or you just do something and you do it like top tier because instead of arguing with the person, you just channel all that aggression into something positive, and then you look at your house, you smell your house, it smells amazing. Use that same motivation from haters and people who try to trigger you to negativity. Because when people are jealous of you, they want you to come out of character. They try to pick at you and say little things and do little things to try to get you out of character because they want to bring you down to the same level as them. You see, a lot of times jealous people, even if they seemingly have more than you, but because they are not happy with their lives, because money makes you comfortable, but it cannot always make you happy. And you have a lot of people who have a lot of money, a lot of success, but they do not have lasting bonds and relationships. They're not really liked by people. They don't know how to hold on to good relationships, not just intimate relationships, but they don't know how to interact with people. And this is where a lot of women, especially women who are triggered by certain type of women, I'll say the anti-type of woman. The anti-type of woman is the woman who is kind, nurturing, loving. She loves to communicate effectively with other women, and she's inspiring to other women, and she gets inspiration from other women. She's not always looking to compete. That is the anti-type of woman. And when you're dealing with the everyday average type of woman as an anti-type of woman, that type of woman is typically the one who doesn't know how to communicate healthily with other women without stirring up some kind of issue. She always has to pick you apart in some way. She always wants to bring you down a notch in some way in order to make herself feel comfortable. And when you are the type of woman who is not about drama, you want to see everybody succeed, including yourself, which is the reason why you don't allow yourself to get distracted by their foolishness, by their negativity. Jealous women sense that, and they want to pull you down to their level. And it is your job as a confident, wise woman to not be distracted by their negative tactics, by their jealous tactics, by their jealousy and envious ways. Don't let them bring you down to their level. Don't fall for their little sayings. People assume things about your life simply because their own life is suffering. People want to try to place doubt in your life about different things simply because they're not succeeding. If you have a healthy relationship, but they might be suffering in theirs, they always want to put the idea of cheating out there. I know a lot of women do this when they're having issues in their relationship. They like to, what do they say? Oh, the word escapes me, but it's when they try to place their issues on you. It's like they want to make you feel what they feel in that moment because they're going through it. And you can have empathy for someone, but do not take on somebody else's issues and start being fearful about your own life. And people who are jealous of you, they will often do that. They want you to feel like the other shoe is just going to drop at any moment, meaning your success can go away like that. And as true as that may be, when a person goes out of their way to remind you how quickly your success, your finances, your relationship, whatever it is, can disappear, that person is jealous of you. That person has hidden envy against you. No normal person is walking around telling somebody that that stuff can be taken away from you in a moment, not just randomly. Now, yes, there are some people that need a reality check. But for me, unless you're my child, there's no reason for any of us as adults to just walk around randomly reality checking other people unless you're a hater. And you have some people in families that do these kind of things. They just want to remind you that you could be back at the same level as them at any moment. It's like they're trying to rain on your parade. And once again, it's because they see you as the underdog. When people see you in a certain light, and this is another thing that people who are jealous will often try to do, they will often try to put you into a box. They say, this is her, this is how she is, this is what she likes, this is what she does. Oh, she doesn't really talk like that. Why are you acting like that? Why are you saying that? She doesn't really do those kind of things. As if they know you inside and out. Only God knows you inside and out, meaning you can always change. When people want to keep you in a box and they want you to appear as if you're not ever able to change, as if you can never do anything new. And if you are doing something new, oh, you're being fake, you're being phony, you're being an imposter, you're trying to be like somebody else. But what they don't know is that that gift was always in you. They just couldn't see it because they're a hater. They just couldn't see it because they only wanted to see the parts of you that made them feel comfortable. They only wanted to see the side of you that made them feel like they were in authority over you. And when you suddenly take that away from them by stepping into your confidence and really being that girl and doing the things that you know to do as a woman, haters cannot handle that. Jealous people, jealous women cannot handle that. They cannot handle when you step into your own as a woman. When you decide that you no longer care about their opinions and you don't care about their perception of you, meaning you don't care if they once saw you as being the girl from this area, from that area. You don't care if they know where you came from. You don't care if they know that you didn't have much, but yet you choose to still do your thing and succeed at it. That's the kind of confidence you're going to have in order to stand in the face of a jealous person who did not expect you to succeed and is now mad that you are succeeding. Those kind of people, they're not the kind of people that you want to stick around when you start leveling up. And I'm not just talking about money-wise, because people can have money. Money is a resource. I'm talking about when your mindset changes, when you decide that you want to go after greater things in life, that you just want to think different, be different, look different. You can't be around people who are constantly trying to remind you that you were the underdog, the least to succeed, the least expected to have success. Like, you can't be around those kind of people. And that's why I always thank God for, strangers. I thank God for being able to impart wisdom and being able to help other people. Because a lot of times you will not be able to succeed within the familiar place. The place where the people are most familiar with you is typically the place where you will not get that much respect. I just have to say it like that. A lot of people will not respect you, especially when they saw you as less than, and you're now trying to do this grandiose thing. They're going to look at you as if like, who are you? And you just don't have time for that negative energy. So when you start succeeding, when they expected you to lose in life, expect that they're going to be jealous of you and they're going to try to get in your way in some form or fashion. Do not let them. Don't be distracted. Stay focused and keep your distance, because people who are upset because the underdog is winning, the supposed underdog, that is their problem. And I just have to throw this in there. And if you're watching this until the end, I absolutely appreciate you. God was for the underdog. People don't understand. It's not always those people who have to brag about every little thing that succeed, because a lot of times that's overcompensation. When people aren't doing anything in life, they're not succeeding at anything, they have to put up a front and make you feel like they're doing everything, but they bear no fruit. But when you are quietly blessed, when you are not boasting, not bragging, you're just doing your thing privately, and you start succeeding and you're seeing the fruit of that, and they are too, that's when you are really blessed. So don't feel bad if you are the one who is least expected to succeed. You are the one that people look down on. You are the one that people look like, oh, she's always going to be that way. She's always going to be this way, because they have no idea what God could be doing with you in the background. And it's not your job to get them to understand. Just quietly make your moves and let them think what they want to think. And when you get the opportunity, get away from those people. All right? Like and subscribe to the channel and share this content. Hit the notification bell so that you're aware when I post a brand new video. If you watch this video until the very end, put the high heel emoji in the comment section. I absolutely love to see it. Take care.